I'm here with my man Kwarme.
Yes.
Man United won, Arsenal won. Disappointing result. Some would say a disappointing performance as well. What's your take on it?
So was it any given Sunday, isn't it? That famous quote. It's a game of inches. The famous quote that was done by Al Pacino, and he spoke about that you should be fighting for every single inch. You look at the man next to you and you think, are you going to go the distance for him? Do I feel that team are willing to go the distance for each other? There's certain people you pick out, Declan Rice, which we'll talk about, but I mean, there were a lot of the people, the panel at Sky Sports or whatever, they were talking about how many inches it was for the free kick that Bruno Fernandes didn't curl it. It just more or less he knuckleballed it into the top bins. And I watched this world-class, I think he's world-class, David Raya, world-class keeper, and he proved himself after that moment. Yeah. Side shuffle or hardly side shuffle to kind of to save that shot. And it's just, I don't understand. He's like the hero and the villain, isn't it? Yeah. Because it's like, he's obviously the villain in the first half, and then he pulls off some miraculous saves to keep us in the game. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mixed emotion one for me, because I really thought going into the game, I thought, you know what? After the hiding that we gave PSV, surely this team, the same group of players, can come out and beat a depleted Man United team at Old Trafford. You know, set the record straight. You know, actually go there and convincingly win as title challengers, which again is something that is up for debate. So yeah, no, disappointing, very, very disappointing.
Do you think it was a bit of a moral victory then for United, given that, you know, everybody was criticising them coming into this game? Arsenal, on the other hand, were coming into this game off the back of a 7-1 thrashing PSV. Everyone thought that Arsenal were going to rock up and win. So to get the draw, and let's be honest, man, I've got to be honest, man, towards the end of that game,
we was lucky. You was right. You was right.
They finished stronger than us.
You know what, Laurie? I wish I was sitting where you were sitting, behind there, out of sight, because the save, like I said, that David Raya save, don't get me wrong, absolutely amazing what he done to get down to make the save.
It's a double save,
and then to flap it away or to punch it away with the palm of his hand. It was reminding me of Alisson's performance this week for Liverpool, but you saw the difference. Alisson didn't really put a foot wrong throughout the game. David Raya took his mind off of it for that free kick. Man United are definitely feeling a lot more happier with that result. They feel like it's more or less not a smash and grab, but yeah, they've done the double over us mentally. This is all about a mental game. Listening again, I always like to listen to the former players. Roy Keane, as much as people don't like the way he talks, because his words kind of pierce your soul. It's true, it pierces your soul, and it's like he's just so upfront and honest. And he's like, what do you think? If we buy a striker, if Arsenal buy a striker, we're going to go on to win a title for next season. He's like, it's not just that. It's about the mentality of these players. Declan Rice was talking about, you know what?
So you think today was more to do with the mentality of the players then, rather than the play?
Yes. How can this same group of players put in a performance? We didn't put a foot wrong. And I know it's different opposition. I know it's a different level when it comes to the Premier League. I don't want to hear about low block. I don't want to hear about, we're lacking creativity. They're good enough to put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah? You've got Martinelli coming on. And obviously, shout out to Uncle, you're saying that he was injured, you know, we got to take it easy on him. No. Even though you're offside, why are you offside? Why not put the ball in the back of the net? Then we can question about offside. Trossard, how many times did he have a shot outside the box, inside the box? It didn't matter. I started calling him Trickling Trossard because he's trickling the ball. He's trickling the ball. Put your foot through it. What? It's true. Trickling Trossard.
Fans, man.
Put your foot through the ball. Strike it like Declan Rice done on the edge of the box. Play as if you see how he celebrated with that last-stitch tackle. Yeah. That's how much I want all of my players.
That was a match-saving tackle.
Oh my gosh! From a defender's point of view, it was amazing. Obviously, if I'm a defender, I'm having a go at Moreno because I'm thinking, how the hell are you losing the ball like that? You're not looking over your shoulder, and I've got to dig out. I've got to dig out a tackle like that. We're very, very lucky to walk away with it. But yes, the mentality of these players, the mentality of the manager. I do like Arteta. I do respect him for what he's done for us. But you're making certain decisions. You're pulling players out. And this is what I said. Again, he's like the Tinkerman. Yeah, he's like Ranieri. He's the Tinkerman. He wants to move Moreno. Moreno was doing better up top than he does in his own position. Yeah, it's true. Calafiori's bombing forward. Yes, okay, cool. He does give us a numerical advantage in the final third. But I think The moment changed from when Ethan Nwaneri got taken off. And I mentioned it in the live because I said, he's the only one that can get us out of these typical games where we're saying, oh, we need creativity. We need something special. That boy is special. Leave him on the pitch. What did Trossard do for him to stay on the pitch over Nwaneri? Why are we bringing on Martinelli?
I think there's an element of protection that the manager's looking to with Nwaneri.
In what
I think
way?
he's trying not to overplay him too much.
He's overplayed every bloody player. He's overplayed everyone.
No, but you know what? I do agree with you because I said when I was doing the info station there, I said I thought him coming off was a bit premature.
100%.
Even though he didn't have his best game. But
He didn't have his best game. No, he didn't. But sometimes with certain players, they grow into a game. Yeah. He's a young boy. He's done so much for you to know that, my gosh, all I need is a special moment. Yeah. That's all I need. You can have the rubbish games. There's certain strikers. Harry Kane, he won't touch the ball for half of it. All he needs to do is put his head on the box in the final third. That's it. Game's done. So it's just like, sometimes you have to have faith in these players. And I know he's young. I know we got to wrap him up in cotton wool and all of that. No, he's a professional footballer. So as soon as you start playing for the first team, that's it. I'm not looking at you and saying, you're 17, you're just 17, let be easy. I'm saying, if you're good enough to play with men, then I have to critique you or I have to look at you in the same way. But yeah.
But to be fair to the manager, though, if he keeps playing him and then he gets injured or, you know what I mean, he starts experiencing loss of form, then the inevitable criticism of the manager is going to be you run the young man into the ground.
What else have we got? You're looking at, look how many
times. Sterling.
Look, Sterling. You're seeing Raheem Sterling. You see how many times
I knew that would trigger him, you know.
No.
I knew that would trigger him.
I was about to say it. You see Raheem Sterling. The amount of times they pan to Raheem Sterling and his arms are crossed and how bad must you be to have Kieran Tierney come on? You've got, again, a 17-year-old who's playing ahead of you. You've got Martinelli who's had a long spell off and he's gone straight back into the team. For me as a player, my confidence would be rock bottom. And it's not because of Arteta, it's because of himself. He's clearly not good enough. So my question is, again, to Arteta, is why are you including him in the team? I would rather have an academy player. We saw what? Aiden Heaven. No. Let's be real. Why is he there? Why is he holding the bench? Is that part of the contract? Is that part of the negotiations when we brought him in? Arteta was the one who said, you know what? Yeah, he's going to do good things.
So you want to banish him from the squad altogether?
It's not banish him. This is the difference between us and Liverpool. Us and Man City, the ones that have dominated for years. They are willing to drop players if they are not good enough.
No, but he was dropped. Play. You're saying you want him banished from the squad.
Get him off the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's not going to play. He's not going to play. This is one of the biggest games of the season. He was he's supposed to be our biggest signing, and he doesn't even get a minute. That should tell you enough. So for me, even as an academy player, I'll be knocking on Arteta's door and saying, hey, put me on the bench, put me on the pitch, and I guarantee I'll do you more because he's had more than enough chances. It's not good enough.
Okay, to go back to the game today then, listen, we struggled with a low block. Personally, I think the draw was a fair result, even though we had a lot of possession. When you look at the actual chances created, I think shots on target was 6 each, and I think a draw was a fair result. Like you said, we were kind of hanging on a little bit at the end there. Looking ahead to the Champions League game on Wednesday, that gives the manager an opportunity to try a few different things, bring in some players. Presumably, you'd like to see the likes of Sterling start on Wednesday with you, or not? Do you want to banish him completely?
Look, what is Sterling going to do? I was shocked about the performance this week, but again, I'm not expecting...
It's not just Sterling, by the way. You got Kivior, you got Zinchenko, you know what I mean? There's a few other guys.
They're not good enough. They're not good enough. And that's why the table doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. I know the guy, I don't know what his name was, who put the super chat and he said delusional. I'm not delusional. It's just that I have faith in my team and I want my team to go all the way. But there's a vast difference in terms of quality between us and Liverpool. And that's the reason why they're sitting how many points ahead of us. And they want it more. They're fighting for each point. Even when they don't play well, you can see they want it more. As soon as a goal goes
I'm not sure if they want it more. They're playing better. Sometimes when you're playing better and... Listen, I've seen Liverpool the other day struggle like hell against PSG.
They got outplayed.
Yeah, so they still won the game with a bit of quality at the end. It weren't because they wanted it more than PSG. They was just executed in that moment better.
We dominated the game today, like we always dominate in terms of possession. We had Marty made a good point before the game. He said, "Hold on, we played on what, Tuesday? Man United, when did they play?"
Thursday.
All right. We had more rest than Man United, but yet we're just about hanging on for a result against them. Yeah. That should tell you everything. It's the like I said, it's the mentality and it's the lack of quality that we have. We shouldn't be bringing on our left back, Kieran Tierney, trying to salvage a point or trying to win a game at Old Trafford. We should be going there to win. These are the games where you go out there and you say, you know what? I want that title. And I don't care how many points are in front. I'm going to die for each and every single point. That performance there were certain players, like I said, Declan Rice, Gabriel, David Raya, after he made the mistake with Bruno Fernandes, where I can say, you know what, these lot wanted it.
I thought Timber had a good game.
Timber played well, yeah. Timber played well, leading up for the goal for Declan Rice. But that's what I want. This is where all the Declan Rice haters, where they say about 100 million. He steps up when you need to be counted. Take the armband from Odegaard, give it to Declan Rice because he proves it week in, week out. You got other 100 mil valued players staggering out of a pub, yeah? You know who I'm talking about. Everyone knows who I'm talking about. If that was Declan Rice, if that was Marcus Rashford, if that was Raheem Sterling, the whole of the public would be onto him. Declan Rice is a professional. He does his job. He loves the game. And you can tell he plays every single inch for his life. And that's something that I want my captain to do. So, yeah, for me, I was a bit disappointed with Odegaard as well because I need more. I don't want you to just drop back and then just dink a ball forward. I need you to score those vital goals. So that's those...
You don't want much, does it? But anyway, listen. Thanks, Kwarme. Thank you.